What's up guys, the Snowman here, and today I've got a fun video planned. It's my top 10 tennis stadiums in the world. I've done videos on top 10 forehands, backhands, and serves, but I figured I'd expand my limits to some stadium analysis, so we'll take into account certain variables like seating capacity, aesthetic appeal, and historical impact, among other things. If you enjoy my list, please give me a thumbs up, leave a comment with what you would put differently, and let's begin. And starting off at number 10 with Pista, Rafael Nadal, the main show court for the Barcelona Open, now an ATP 500 level event. Renamed after its greatest champion in 2017, Rafael Nadal, a 12-time champion in Barcelona, has never lost a final on this court. I just think it's really cool that an active player got to play on a court named after himself. Must be so intimidating for opponents. Decent in terms of seating capacity at 8,800. Pista Rafa Nadal, one of 4 clay courts on my list. My number 9 court is a little biased just because I felt the atmosphere firsthand of the Delray Beach Tennis Center, having lived in South Florida for a few years. I think it's a hidden gem. The capacity slightly smaller than Barcelona, solid aesthetic appeal with the palm trees in the background as well. I could have easily put Hard Rock Stadium in Miami in this number 9 slot, but I didn't want to be too basic with my list. The Delray Beach Tennis Center is a more affordable way to capture the South Florida vibes. Back to the clay for number 8, center court at the Foro Italico in Rome. Brilliant architecture surrounding this stadium and really the entire complex. It's another step up in terms of capacity, 10,500. Just a very old-fashioned throwback arena that must have the ATP and WTA players who do battle inside, feeling like ancient gladiators. This court, one of 4 Masters 1000 courts I'll be spotlighting today. It's clean, it's crisp, has a very intimate feeling for the players and fans. Number 7 is another clay Masters 1000 center court, Estadio Manolo Santana in Madrid, also known as Caja Mágica or the Magic Box. Major points for the name alone. I love it when sports arenas have creative nicknames. I think about Old Trafford in Manchester, commonly known as the Theater of Dreams, and I feel like Caja Mágica conjures up similar emotions and feelings. And now we're also getting into the top 20 worldwide in terms of capacity. Caja Mágica with a retractable roof too in the case of inclement weather. It feels like a Grand Slam stadium in many ways. Speaking of Grand Slam stadiums, number 6 is Laver Arena in Melbourne, Australia, the first stadium from a major on my list, named after the iconic rocket Rod Laver. Almost 15,000 person capacity. Rod Laver known for some iconic night matches over the years. The Australian Open, the only major that plays the men's and women's finals at nighttime. It's undergone several enhancements for its fans over the years, a giant retractable roof, plenty of shaded seating during those sweltering Aussie summers. My lone top 10 stadium in the southern hemisphere, certainly bringing the heat. Top 5 now, we have Stadium 1 at the Indian Wells Tennis Garden. This is where we really begin to combine prestige with aesthetic brilliance. Just an incredibly scenic venue located in the California desert, very peaceful, very tranquil out there in tennis paradise. Seats over 16,000. That's 4th most in the world for regular ATP or WTA venues. But again, not a raucous arena, just a serene and scenic one where the tennis purists can come to spectate greatness. No roof necessary, as the arena only averages about a 1/4 inch of rain in March when the 1,000 level event is held. The 4th best stadium in the world, in my opinion, is the O2 Arena in London, England. 3rd highest capacity. Now we're up to 17,500, the only indoor stadium on my list, and I had to include just one for the electric atmosphere that the O2 produces. It was the home of the ATP year-end finals from 2009 to 2020, so it's seen some of the best of all time clash head-to-head in the final matches of the year. I love the lights, the blue theme of the court. I think it's going to be a tremendous host for the Laver Cup later in 2022. Number 3 is probably too early to roll out center court at Wimbledon, but I'm going to do it anyways. It's the oldest, most iconic, most historically incredible tennis stadium in the world. This court is essentially the birthplace of tennis. It's instantly recognizable. Center court at the championships has seen some of the greatest matches in the history of the game played. Ones like the Gentlemen's Final in 2008. I have nothing but respect for the history of center court, recently celebrating its 100-year anniversary. Almost 15,000 capacity, now equipped with a retractable roof. It's basically the mecca of tennis. all tennis fans have to make it out of center court once in their lifetime. Now that being said, I'm going with a major upset at number 2. Please don't be mad at me, but I love center court at the Monte Carlo Country Club like almost no other stadium. This one is purely visual for me. I mean, just take a look at how breathtaking this scene is with the water in the background. Every time I watch the Monte Carlo Masters on TV, it's like they're playing inside of a painting. I'm always amazed at how picturesque it is. I know I can't lay a finger to center court at Wimbledon in terms of overall mystique and greatness, but I think if we're going off the stadiums themselves, there can't be a more surreal place to play tennis in the world. I will forever be in awe of the landscape and the scenery that surrounds this magical court. Finally, we get to number 1 on my list, and that is the great Arthur Ashe Stadium in Flushing Meadows, New York. Really the first tennis stadium that I remember seeing on TV. It's the largest tennis stadium in the entire world as far as seating capacity goes, almost 24,000, and that New York crowd is unlike any other. Always an electric, fun, and entertaining time within those walls. The crowd is always vocal, always cheering for their favorite player. Named after the 1968 U.S. Open champion, the late great Arthur Ashe. This stadium has always been a tennis icon to me, the leading example of putting tennis on the grandest stage for all to enjoy. It's big, it's bold, and it's seen a lot of great champions come and go. Arthur Ashe Stadium will always be the best in the world, in my humble opinion. Thanks a lot for watching my top 10 tennis stadiums in the world video. Please leave a comment. Let me know which of these is your number 1 destination that you'd like to get to and watch a tennis match at some point in the future. Subscribe to the Snowman Sports Media for more tennis content. Give me a thumbs up, please, and I'll be back very soon with more. Thanks a lot. Cheers.